Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, and welcome to Command Power, the show in which we discuss all things Magic the Gathering with a focus on Commander.
And welcome to another episode of our card spotlight series in which I highlight a card that I think should see more play in Commander. But before that, just a quick reminder to click subscribe if you enjoy my videos. We're well on our way to 1 million subscribers and your support means everything to me. And today we're going to be talking about Elenda's Hierophant. For 2 colorless, 1 white, she's a creature vampire cleric 1/1 with flying, and whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on Elenda's Hierophant, and when Elenda's Hierophant dies, create X 1/1 white vampire creature tokens with lifelink, where X is its power. So this card might look a little bit unassuming at first glance, but I actually think it's got a lot going for it. For a start, flying really helps a lot on this kind of card that can grow itself because it can get to quite a decent amount of stats in the right deck, and then that means that you're going to be able to connect that much easier with it, which means a lot more damage. Evasion is just always good. But obviously that's not the main reason we're playing this card. The main reason we're going to be playing this card is for the death trigger and the life gain trigger. Now both of those are really good because there is a lot of incidental life gain going on in white decks, particularly in any deck that you're going to be playing this. So this seems to me like it would work extremely well in a deck with a Soul Sisters theme. And if you don't know what Soul Sisters is, it's a magic archetype in which you play a lot of small creatures, usually 1 mana 1/1s or 2 mana 1/1s that gain you a life whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control. So a good example of this would be something like Daxos Blessed by the Sun, which obviously works very well with Elenda's Hierophant. But of course that is not the only place that this card is going to be very good, because the other important thing is that we have a death trigger here. And there's one particular archetype in Commander that really enjoys death triggers, and that is Aristocrats. And this card fits very neatly into the Aristocrats archetype because of course it's in white, which is one of the main Aristocrats colors, but also because Aristocrats tend to run a lot of cards such as Blood Artist or Zulaport Cutthroat that gain you life in 1 life increments. That obviously works really well with what Elenda's Hierophant is doing, because with her you don't want to just gain a bunch of life in one go. You want to gain life little by little so that you get multiple triggers and many more counters on her. So that's all well and good, but what do we actually get when she dies? Well, that's where this card I think has real potential, because the reward for her dying is incredibly powerful. You're getting a bunch of 1/1s, yes, but they all have lifelink. This means that this is a great card to have out if someone is planning on wiping the board, because you're going to immediately replace your board with a bunch of lifelinking creatures that, let's be honest, your deck probably has synergy with, since if you're playing this, you're in a deck that cares about life gain. That means that the reward is often better than the front side of the card here to start off with, which is obviously very strong. And I also really like that the floor for this isn't even that bad. You're getting a 1/1 flyer that dies into a 1/1 lifelink. That's not amazing by any means, but considering that's the absolute worst case scenario, it's still a card that you'd probably happily play in a lot of Aristocrats decks. So yeah, this card seems to me like it has a ton of potential, and it does seem to be creeping up in price ever so slightly, which does not surprise me. I really like it, and I'm going to be trying to pick up some copies of my own as soon as I can. So there you have it. Those have been my thoughts on this new spoiler. What do you think about this card? Please let me know in the comment section below. I read all comments and respond to all of them too. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click like or subscribe. It really helps the channel. And until next time, take care.